Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
I'm Ed Salek. The show is in honor of, a show for veterans, about veterans and by veterans and their families, and we bring you as much information as we can. My co-host, retired Colonel Paul Dietrich, with us. Thank you very much. We have some very special guests today. They've been with us before, and they've been very helpful in all that they do for the community and for the veterans. Mike Gargiulio, the president of Rolling Thunder Chapter 2. Bob DeYoung, Rolling Thunder Chapter 2. Mike Palo, the president of Rolling Thunder Chapter 1. And Emily Toro, a Gold Star mother and also the vice chair of... Vice president of Rolling Thunder Chapter 2. Chapter 1, which is out of Brooklyn.
Right.
Okay. Emily, very special because Emily's a Gold Star mother. She had the misfortune of losing her son, Isaac Cortez, in Iraq. And, well, Mike Powell, maybe you can explain to us what exactly is a Gold Star mother for those that don't know.
A Gold Star mother is a mother who's lost a child in war. It could be a man, a woman, but it's one of their children. And they have a special place because of their sacrifice. They've sacrificed one of their children, and they've lost them forever. There is a Gold Star family because there's not only the mother, but there's a husband, of course, and siblings. But the Gold Star mother is the first to be recognized. We also have a different organization. What is it? Gold Star Children? Spouses and siblings. But the Gold Star mother was probably the first recognized. And they have, you know, we do a run every year, and we honor a Gold Star family. We go out to the cemetery, we lay a wreath, and we say some words about the child and the family. And this year we're going to make a special run just for the Gold Star mothers and Gold Star families. And we're going to have them donate if they need something for themselves. If they're in financial problems, we can donate some money to them. Not actually money, but we'll pay for whatever they need. If they're not, we allow them to either donate to, in their name, to a charity, or to a scholarship that may be named after their child. And this year we're going to present them on a plaque. And they can have that plaque installed in the church, wherever they want to, or they can keep it.
That's one of the many wonderful things that Rolling Thunder does. Mike, tell us, I know Rolling Thunder 2 is very active. I see them all over the place every time we go out. At one of the schools or one of the functions, you guys are there. And I'm sure Rolling Thunder 1 has joined you in a lot of times doing it. Tell us what's coming up on the program from Rolling Thunder.
Chapter 2 New York is trying to get back to basics, which is the POW MIA issue. Trying to remind the public that we left some veterans behind in previous wars. It's not happening now, but it has happened in the past. And one of the ways to do that, to remind the public about that, is to fly as many POW flags as possible. So we're happy to say that the parochial schools here on Staten Island have agreed to take a flag. And eventually we will get to each one of those schools, do a short ceremony to raise that flag. We also lost our founding member. Some of your viewing audience may be aware of it. Frankie Tokar, passed away in January. He was a founding member of the chapter, chairman of the board, and we decided to, in his honor, rename our three-borough ride this year to the Frankie Tokar Appice three-borough ride. So that's what changed. And this year, eventually, we're going to be doing more in Frankie's name. And the other thing I like to say, well, maybe Bobby wanted to tell you about this one, our new sponsor for this year. Bob?
Yeah, we hooked up with Staten Island Harley-Davidson. Scott came on board for our major sponsorship. It was great to see him come on board. You know, there's a lot of businesses in Staten Island that donate a lot of money to our causes, and you know, I feel great that Scott came on board as a major sponsor. What are we calling it? The honor?
American Hero sponsor.
He's our American Hero sponsor, so he'll be recognized at our run, and it's great to see that all happen.
Now, you're also doing the run down at Bethesda?
We're involved in the Staten Island Walk Ups Out Heroes. The AMP vets are the guys who really head that all up, and Rolling Thunder, along with New York 1 and New York 2, we just kind of help them out with the escort, and everyone has their assignment. This year, that event has changed its venue, so to speak. Normally, it would transfers Richmond Avenue to Travis Avenue or Signs Road to head over to Nicoltra's teleport.
Right, yeah.
Cafe, but this year they decided to come along Victory Boulevard from the West Shore Expressway to Travis Avenue to go through that community. It's a great way of bringing veterans who are currently recovering in Bethesda and give them like a hero's welcome here on Staten Island. Let them see that the community is supporting them, and you know, they have a whole weekend of events, but this is just one small part of it. So the chapter is involved in that, New York 1 and 2 together, along with the whole motorcycle community. So it's a good day.
Yeah.
Just wanted to bring up some information on that for civilians or veterans who are interested in participating in welcoming these heroes to Staten Island. That's going to be from the vicinity of Showplace Bowling down towards Travis Avenue in Travis. I know the veterans organizations that are in Travis plan to be in the vicinity of the Cannon on Victory Boulevard. And again, we'd like to have as many people as possible there to welcome these people. It'll be a smaller venue in that the area is smaller, so people will stick out better,
Yeah.
shall we say, to the veterans that are coming in on the convoys. So again, it's going to be at 1 o'clock on the 20th of May is when they're expected to be there. And of course, that depends on the traffic. As we all know here on Staten Island, everything does. But in the vicinity of the Cannon or down towards the main part of Travis, if you were to head west from there, all the way down to Showplace Bowling, we'll be looking to welcome those wounded veterans home.
What Paul is saying, it's an open invitation.
Yes.
To join us at the location is Gold Star Post, which is at Cannon and Victory, and we can make a good showing. And I'd love to see as many people here as possible because, I mean, these are guys that went in harm's way. They got hurt, you know, pretty bad, and for them to be in Bethesda and they're getting a trip to take a look at Staten Island where people are welcoming them. And there's nothing worse than to have a welcoming committee that doesn't exist. So
Yep.
be there. Be there. Mike Pello, what is New York 1 doing?
This year we're having 2 events. One is in June 25th. We have a Gold Star family every year that we honor. And Emily usually selects the family because she's in that community. And we take them out to the cemetery. We lay a wreath. We speak about the child that they've lost. We speak about the family. And we honor them on that day. This year, we're trying to add something to that, whereas we're going to have the family, if they are in need of financial assistance, some of the proceeds from the ride will go to that family. If they have no need for that, they will either donate to a charity of their choice or a scholarship in the child's name. The second run we have is probably going to be late September, early October, and that's an actual run just to go to the cemetery and honor those veterans who are buried there. We usually talk about several veterans. A lot of these veterans are young veterans. They were killed in Iraq or Afghanistan. And we go there for all veterans that are buried there because they're all equally sacrificed for their country. They gave the ultimate sacrifice.
That's out to Calverton,
Long Island
No, no.
National.
Long Island National.
Long Island National.
Now, let me ask both organizations this. John Q. Public respects the fact that you're doing what you can for veterans. You're not a motorcycle club, but you're a semi-veterans organization, and you're out there 110% all the time.
Thank you.
Now, John Q. Public never rode a motorcycle in his life, but wants to do something to help. What can he do?
You could, actually, that's not a requirement. Riding a motorcycle is not a requirement.
I
to join
understand that.
Rotary.
I know that from talking to Mike originally.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, both organizations, chapters 1 and 2, we rely on the community to survive. Donations are important. A, to help us help veterans. B, so that we can function day to day.
Right.
You know, for instance, like I spoke about the flags at the schools. The POW flags don't come cheap. We give each child, if we can, a small flag to so that when they're out in the schoolyard and they're flying the flags, it's great. We teach them a little bit, as much as we can, especially in grammar schools, just to understand what the POW flag means and what the American flag means. Give them some semblance of understanding patriotism. What we're hoping for is that as they grow older, their patriotism will expand and on this little bit of information they got from us. The other thing is we try and help as many veterans as we can. We have a charities organization, which, again, Maria has now made contact with the VA. So she's working with the social worker at the VA, trying to find veterans who were or may have been homeless and now are transcending into the community. And generally, when they make this transition, they're a little bit shy on funds and or furniture and stuff like that. So we're trying to help them through our charities account. And those veterans need to be vetted and make sure that they qualify. And it's a quick shot in the arm just to give them some time to recoup. But without the community support, without the community sponsoring us, either chapter, none of that is possible. So when we do an event where we have a party at the end and we do have raffles and everything, things like that, those proceeds go back into the general fund and allow us to help veterans throughout the year, whether it be taking somebody out to dinner who's visiting Staten Island because he's here to go to a special doctor, whether it be supporting older veterans who are looking to go, let's say, there's going to be an honor flight, first one from New York.
Right.
That costs money. So if we have the funds to support these veterans, and those funds coming from the community, we're kind of like the conduit. If John Q. Public wants to help a veteran, maybe we're the way to get to that veteran. And both chapters, have their areas of expertise, and both chapters need your support.
Mike, if when you do your run, can somebody just do something to help by being there, or?
Well, yeah, of course. The public is more than welcome to do anything on our runs. They can go to the cemetery, even if they're not riding a motorcycle, they can go there with their car and meet us there for the ceremony. As far as help goes, we usually have our own people, our own chapters people, doing whatever, registration, selling things, and so on. But the general public is always invited. We welcome it. And if nothing more than just getting an education on what we do.
How would the general public get the exact information, though, for example, on your events and your events? the exact times, where to be?
Do you have websites that we could let the public know right now?
We
Yeah,
have
we have,
websites, we have flyers.
And we have our own website, Rolling Thunder to New York. We have it online. Our run is going to be July 30th, and that's going to be at the West Shore Little League. It starts there in the morning. We do a 3-borough run through Brooklyn down to 55 Water Street and do our ceremony there. After that, then we go to the Marine Corps League that allows us to have an after party there. Vendors are going to be there. You know, we do a lot. All they got to do is get online, and you'll see posters all over Staten Island knowing the date. So it's July 30th.
How about, does one...
Our first event is on the 25th of June. We also have a website that has the poster on it. And we have flyers. I'm going to tell you about a situation many years ago. We used to do our event, we used to end in Brooklyn I forget the park. There was a park there, but there was a community all around the park.
Right.
And the first year we did it, we got a lot of complaints because they said, we didn't know this was happening. You know, the music is too loud. And we said, we got to learn from that. The next year, we put posters, not posters, the flyers in everybody's mailbox that lives around the park.
Right.
So now they knew about it, and they started to come to the event. So not only did we get them to stop complaining, but they now actually joined in, and they learned something. So getting out to the community is very important.
Okay.
Letting them know what you're doing, because people will get a little, upset if you're doing something in their neighborhood that requires sound and all that.
Emily, what else do you think the public can do to help?
Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
Donations. We rely on donations to help out our veterans. Bringing awareness to the organization. There are a lot of people out there, they think that Rolling Thunder is a motorcycle club. And I explained to them, I've been to different events and different interviews, and they say, oh, Rolling Thunder Motorcycle Club. And I educate them, and I let them know we're not a motorcycle club. We're an organization. I let them know what our mission statement is. And if they want to help, donating is a big, big thing for organizations, because once those donations come in, we can help other people. We can help our veterans in need. We do stuff at the VA hospital. We do our bingo nights at the VA hospital here in Brooklyn and out in Queens. When I do my event, Rolling Thunder, both chapters are there for me. I do my son's annual ride, and they support me 100%. And when I do my name reading at Eisenhower Park, which is coming up June 3rd, both chapters are very supportive, and other organizations, they come out and they help and are there to support.
Do you ride?
No, I don't. No, I
You guys
don't.
on the back of mine.
I ride in the back of a bike. It's a better view to see what's going on.
It's probably
I
safer too.
Exactly.
I don't ride either.
Well, it depends who you ride with.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Not him.
I just want to expand on that and say, and Mike has said this too, anytime anybody introduces us as a motorcycle club or a motorcycle gang, we've actually been called that too. But I frown on that, and I tell them, we are not. You have to reintroduce us as a veterans organization we're veterans advocates. We happen to ride motorcycles. We're motorcycle enthusiasts, in addition to being veterans or people who help veterans. So the organization is primarily a veterans organization.
Well, you've
Motorcycle
gotten,
riding is secondary.
right. You have gotten nothing but the highest of praise from public officials, from people that are involved with you. I talk to principals from schools, and you say Rolling Thunder to them, and they smile and they say, "Those are great guys," and they give you a thumbs up. So,
we
not a
appreciate
motorcycle
that.
gang. You're an advocate for veterans' rights and veterans' benefits, and very, very important. So,
You know what's really cool? The people around Staten Island like the Rotary that came on board and supported
Yeah,
us
that's a good point, Bob.
they have casino night, and they have
Texas Hold'em.
now it's Oktoberfest, and if we could not do what we're doing today without the public, especially with the Rotary.
Yeah.
I mean, we go out and tomorrow, Maria and I are going to go deliver a bedroom set. The guy is sleeping on 2 air mattresses or two sleeping bags. He's going to get a bed. He's going to get some furniture, pots and pans. I mean, this is the stuff we do, the people that need the help. They're down and out, these veterans, some of these guys. They take them off the street, bring the VA, and then they get a house with no furniture in it. And that's what Mike has said, that's what we do. And it's the help of the Rotary and all the business people on Staten Island.
Well, when I did my first show, how many years ago, Paul?
5?
5, 6 years
About
ago. One of the first things that I said, and Paul agreed with me, and the other members of the panel agreed, there should be no such thing as a homeless vet.
Absolutely
okay?
not.
There should be no such thing as a vet who's in need of assistance for anything, whether it be counseling, drugs, anything, all of these things that come with the territory of being a vet. But unfortunately, there is. So it's quite frankly, it's people like Rolling Thunder 1 and Rolling Thunder 2 that try and stem the tide and turn it around and help the vet. I mean, and for that vet that's in need, the one that you helped get his electricity turned back on,
Yeah.
that's going to stay in his head for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because somebody reached out.
Well,
So,
getting
okay.
back to the mission statement, one of the things I've been doing for the last 7 years is I've been working with the Brooklyn Historical Society, having kids come in from different high schools. And we talk to them about the Vietnam War, and we talk to them about war in general. Unfortunately, my partner that I used to go with passed away a couple of years ago, and I was sick myself. So this year we're going to continue that. We go into several high schools in Staten Island, a few in Brooklyn. And that education that's the prime area you got to hit. These kids are all going to become of age to go to war, and they have to know what they're facing. We're definitely not a political organization. We don't get into politics when we talk to these kids, but we try to give them an idea of what they're facing when they get out of school. And they are all very appreciative of what we say, and they also are very excited that they got to talk to a live veteran instead of reading out of a book. Because
if they could even read out of a book. My son's a principal in a high school, and Vietnam's got about a chapter in a
Right.
book. I mean, and anybody who lived through it, I mean, for me, Vietnam was a major part of my life, a major part of your life,
Yeah. Yeah.
And for the children of today to go to high school, and they'll talk about World War II, but Vietnam doesn't even exist. Korea, forget about it. There's no mention of Korea.
Let me add to that. A lot of our textbooks can't tell you the real story behind what happened at war, what these veterans have gone through, even this current war. As Mike said, you have to educate these children, be there and explain to them who a veteran is. What better knowledge can you get when you bring a veteran to a school and have the child ask this veteran any type of questions? They were there. They experienced that. A textbook cannot tell you feelings.
No.
They can't see what a veteran saw.
If it's even in the textbook.
Exactly. So that's a great idea what Mike does. I'm jumping on with him about educating children about what the Gold Stars are. Because we have 3 stars. We have the Gold Star Mom,
Right.
mothers who've lost children in the war. We have Blue Star mothers, mothers who have children that are serving in their country. And then we have the Silver Star, which are families that have service members that are serving but are injured. And this is a good way to teach these kids the stuff that's out there about our veterans, speaking about their lives, about the Gold Star or 3 different stars, and let people be aware of what's out there. There are a lot of veterans that don't even know about Rolling Thunder. And a lot of active service members don't even know about what Gold Star, Blue Star, or Silver Star is. So we come into play. We just got to educate, the community and have the community educate their community and so on and so forth. That's the only way anyone will know.
You're right. Well, I want to thank all of you for being here today. And most important for the public that's watching this today, if you see Rolling Thunder out there at one of the events, give them a high five. Let them know that you appreciate what they're doing. And
Get involved with their events.
get involved with
Exactly,
their
yes.
events, be there and take part in making things better for the veteran.
Remind
all around.
everybody that no one is getting paid in this organization.
That's right. No one's getting paid from the organizations.
Exactly.
The same thing with the American Legion of VFW. It's all volunteer time. And the volunteer time is there to benefit
Veteran.
the veteran who needs it. I mean, our job is to help them realize where they can get help and where they need help, and just to be there for them. And it's important. When you run into a veteran, you say, "Thank you for your service. Welcome home." But it doesn't just stop there. It just doesn't stop there.
shouldn't stop
If
It's
that-
unfortunate that the general public forgets fast. When 9/11 happened, you couldn't buy an American flag. They were all bought up.
Exactly
People were
right.
running on their cars, in their homes. 2 years later, everything is gone. Nobody, because if it's not consistently put out there to them about what's going on, price of freedom is not free. People are dying for it. People are getting maimed from it. They're coming home with, today, traumatic brain injuries. They're losing limbs, and they have to live like that. One of the things we do in Chapter 2 also is we have these kids from Bethesda coming up to New
Right.
York. And we escort them, and they always say that's the most exciting part of the whole trip, because they love all the motorcycles and,
Right.
and the escort. And I look at some of these kids, and you want to cry, because you'll see a kid that looks like he belongs in high school, and he's got no legs. Or you'll see a guy whose wife had a baby while he was in war, and he lost his arm. Now he's got a little boy. He may not be able to play with him like he wanted to. So there's a lot of things that people don't see. And to me, that's the most important part. Educating the people. Support comes with money, but it also comes with people attending. When you attend, you learn.
Well, we're just about running out of time. Mike, Bob, Emily, and of course, Paul Dietrich, I thank you for being here. I'm honored by your presence being here, and it means a lot to me. And you guys have been here so many times, and you're always welcome back
Take
here.
your
We
show
enjoy-
one day.
Actually, my first time, so I'll come back.
We thank you for watching in honor of, and I want to thank my crew, Rosemary, Terry, Roman in the control room, JR out here on cameras. Thank you very much, and you just keep watching. We'll keep bringing you shows.
Yesterday, December 7, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.